Hi, boys and girls. I thought it might be nice on this Friday. Oh, this is Miss Cross, by the way, to sit back and listen to a story. Since we've worked really hard in science this week, learning about food chains and how energy flows in a food chain. So I have this book, and it's called Butternut Hollow Pond. I'm going to read you the little blurb on the back that gets us interested in the story. It's a review. It says, "It's daybreak at Butternut Hollow Pond. It looks peaceful, but there is much going on. Bluegills dart out to feed on insects. A dragonfly snaps up mosquitoes and then is snapped up himself by a tree swallow." And then it talks a little bit more about what a lovely book this is. So that just gives us a little idea. So this is our read aloud for today. Butternut Hollow Pond. Daybreak at Butternut Hollow Pond. Sunbeams fall in slender shafts through a canopy of swamp maples. The water is dappled in a confetti of pale light. Dewdrops sparkle on the reeds. A warm breeze ripples over the water and awakens the insects along the shore. Water striders, this is a water strider, it can walk on water, stand on delicate legs, skating on the surface in short pulses. Below them, whirligig beetles tumble and dive in the shallows like a troop of acrobats. It is not safe here. Young bluegills hover under a blanket of duckweed and dart out to gobble up the unlucky insects. Mosquitoes, gnats, and mayflies rise from shore grasses on lacy wings. A breath of air carries them over the water. There is danger here, too. A dragonfly cruises in at high speed, his doubled wings beating a blur above his gleaming green body. Snap, snap. Mosquitoes are snatched in midair by his powerful jaws, but even the dragonfly is not safe. The tree swallows are here too. Swoosh, the birds plummet from the branches, looping and diving like combat aircraft. Their sharp wings tilt and twist in sudden turns as they pursue their prey. Their short beaks open wide and the insects disappear. A moment later, the dragonfly is gone. It's good to be quick in Butternut Hollow. Mid-morning at Butternut Hollow Pond. 5 mallard ducklings take to the water, weaving behind their parents like floats in a parade. Boys and girls, I'm noticing that this author uses some really good figurative language. We could maybe use some of these examples in our own writing. They tip their fuzzy bottoms up and pull away soft mouthfuls of water shamrock. But deep in the mud, a monster lies in wait. He has heard the splashing. He has seen the tiny webbed feet kicking above him, and he rises slowly. The snapping turtle drags his heavy body from the pond bottom. Long strands of green algae covered the jagged shell on his back. He stretches his long neck upward and opens his powerful beak. Splash, crack! The gaping jaws slam shut as the water boils around him. Quack, quack! Flapping madly, the ducks charge for cover under an overhang of roots at the pond's bank. Mother and Father Mallard count their brood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes you're lucky in Butternut Hollow. A few downy feathers bob on the ripples as the giant turtle sinks out of sight and settles in the dark ooze to wait again. So this time all the baby ducklings made it away from that snapping turtle. The commotion has disturbed a pumpkin seed which burst from the shadows seeking safely. He has made a mistake. Another hunter is waiting as the speckled sides of the fish flash briefly in the sunlight. The heron has been patient, motionless, quick as a blink. The long bill stabs the water. The fish is seized and swallowed whole, and the heron is still again. So this fish wasn't as lucky as the little duck babies. Noon at Butternut Hollow Pond. On the hillside meadow above the pond, wildflowers sway in a crazy quilt of colors. The air is filled with the songs of 100 bees. A woodchuck trims the sweet grasses as his rumbly body shuffles aimlessly over the ground. Nearby, a cottontail suddenly sits erect. He listens. He looks. A broad shadow passes over the hill. The cottontail explodes into motion and zigzags into the blackberry thickets. Now the woodchuck knows something is not right in Butternut Hollow, and he scrambles for his burrow. George is here, guys. I don't know if you've met George, but he likes science books. The marsh hawk ends his swift glide, trapping the air in splayed feathers. The woodchuck clambers along just ahead. The hawk's curved talons stretch out before him, but they close on nothing as the woodchuck disappears into his hole. So the woodchuck got away. The hawk turns and beats his way upward until he is once again scouting Butternut Hollow in wide circles, while a white-tailed deer leads her fawn to drink at the cool water. This is the fawn. It's the baby. You can tell by the spots on its back. Here's the mom over here. They've gone for a drink. End of day at Butternut Hollow Pond. The sky is blushed, and for a moment all is still. A pickerel frog clings to a gnarled branch poking above the water. His head lowers slightly as his round eyes watch a moth flutter to rest on the branch. The frog takes aim. His sticky tongue flies out, and slurp, the moth is taken. Look at that tongue. The frog pushes his way up the branch and suddenly freezes. He does not blink. He does not breathe. He does not dare. Again, the hunter has become the hunted. A water snake curls along slowly, his head above the water, passing just under the branch. The snake is a skillful and silent swimmer, scarcely disturbing the surface. The pickerel frog waits a minute, then leaps into the water, thrusting towards shelter in the tall reeds on his broad, webbed feet. But sometimes there is just no escape in Butternut Hollow. Look where the frog ended up. A largemouth bass bursts upward from a tangle of leathery roots, and the frog vanishes into the fig's gaping maw. Everyone is hungry at Butternut Hollow Pond, so the frog got away from the water snake, but he did not get away from the big-mouthed bass. As the bass circles back, kerploosh, something hits the water above him. Dangling legs seem to struggle and twitch. The bass strikes at another meal, but not this time. The object is hard. It pulls violently at the fish's jaw, and is dragged forward. Moments later, a young boy hauls him in on rod and reel. The boy has gone fishing. The hunters come in many forms at Butternut Hollow, so the fishermen are now entering this food chain. They have become predators of the creatures in the pond. Night at Butternut Hollow Pond. The water shimmers under moon glow, and wisps of fog dance over the pond like ghosts. It is not quiet. There is a raucous concert of frogs and toads and crickets and katydids croaking and chirping from dark hideaways. The night is a free-for-all at Butternut Hollow Pond. Small brown bats dash and dip over the water, snapping up one bug after another. Above the treetops, the nighthawks are at work, too. Crayfish creep up the bank, searching for night crawlers that have wiggled up from the spongy soil. A night crawler is a worm. Raccoons prowl along the shore, grabbing the crayfish from the damp grass. Mother opossum is here, too. Her babies cling to the fur of her back as she crouches down on a tiger beetle. The black snake slithers unseen. Here's the possum with the babies, flicking his dainty tongue, watching for a twitch of movement. Somewhere there is a toad. There are voles and moles, a fox and a screech owl. All are part of the night shift at Butternut Hollow. A kingfisher roosts for the night and awaits the next dawn at Butternut Hollow Pond, where the hunters and the hunted are one and the same, and tomorrow is just another day. That is the end, my friends. I hope you enjoy this story. This was a really lovely book. It had very lovely language in it. Lots of nice pictures, and a lot of these creatures could be found here in Georgia, so I think that is pretty cool. I am so proud of all your science work this week, and I know your teachers are too, boys and girls. I hope you have a great weekend,